So forensics, like I said, is no longer forensics. It is now speech and debate. But what we do on this team is public speaking in all kinds of different categories. So there are actually 10 categories of competition, and they fall into 2 separate branches of speech and interp. So speech is like your nonfiction, your persuasive speaking. Interp is closer to acting. It's like a one-man show. You take a piece of literature and you interpret it for your audience. In interp, we have categories like dramatic interpretation, humorous interpretation, and then duo interpretation, which is where you get a partner, and it's not a one-man show, it's a two-man show. So those are just, we also have poetry and prose.
In impromptu, you get a random subject and you have to talk about it for up to 7 minutes. Meanwhile, in extemporaneous, you are given a random current topic and you are given 30 minutes to prepare an essay before you must deliver it in front of an audience.
So storytelling is, you take a children's book and you cut out all of the he said, she said, this person said, and then the things that you can't really act out, you cut those out and you kind of make a script from it, from the storybook. And so it's really easy because you just do most people have children's books from their childhood memorized, and so in my opinion, that's why I started out with it, is because it was just an easy little thing.
I love everything about forensics.
My favorite thing about forensics is that is the people.
The people, the games we play at practice.
I think it's the freedom.
It's been very positive. Ms. Smith is a great coach, and I've had great partners and a great time.
I would say yes, it's very inclusive. It's very open to anyone who has the desire to put themselves out there.
The people in the club are very, very, very supportive of everybody and very welcoming. They love everybody that comes in.
In a team setting, it's been really fun. So I heard about it freshman year, and this was before Miss Smith was confronted by James to do this, because James came from Radford and he was the one who kind of started it all. But before that, the seniors had said oh, McCoy, are you going to do a forensics competition? And before that, the reason our school quit was because we would go to competitions and there weren't good it wasn't good sportsmanship, it wasn't a good environment. But me, Ben, and James were the only 3 my sophomore year, and we made sure to keep that sportsmanship and not let it affect us when we go to other schools, because there are people who just aren't educated in by their coach to how to confront people. They kind of just oh, this is how I do my piece, and then I'm just gonna become a blank wall to these people. And so we really wanted to make sure that even if we won or lost, we still were good sports and we didn't crush our own hopes, because we were proud of what we were doing.
Don't let it intimidate you. It's fun. We're fun people. We're nice. I swear, we don't bite even though we're a bunch of theater kids, you know?
Maybe you're the prankster in your class, or you always have some funny thing to say. You are performing for your class.
Well, that's okay. Part of forensics is that you learn how to talk with people. Trust me, I have social anxiety. I get it. It's a bit weird. But as you do forensics and you learn to talk in front of people, you will grow.
Even if you have stage fright or don't, you can overcome that super easy, because the environment is where you belong. It's kind of cool, especially because Ben and James graduated the year that we started it, and so I had to be the one who's oh, you're the one who's left, right? But I think it's cool. I don't know. I think there isn't a lot of perks to it. I think people expect you to know more than you actually do about it, because I've only joined 2 years ago, and I've only been doing it for that long. But it was a little hard. It was really hard because we're the guinea pigs, we're the ones who Miss Smith is choosing how she's gonna block practices and what she really needs to focus on, because all the categories are so different, and so different people assigned to each category need to practice a different way. So
Absolutely.
I would recommend it to pretty much everyone.